Hey everyone, I'm Angel. Let me ask you something before we start. If someone chose to wear a hoodie with the word vessel printed on their chest, did they know what they were? In this episode, Kandis Starr's spirit box gave us some answers, but the clearer the answers got, the bigger the questions became. Let's start with the most shocking moment of the entire session. Kandis asked, "Are you a master architect who designed the trap for the darkness?" The spirit box exploded. That response was the strongest signal of the entire live stream. Why? Let's find out together. Before we get into the questions, let me give a quick rundown for anyone who hasn't seen the previous live stream translations. Kandis Starr is an American medium. She uses two devices to communicate with the spirit world. The first one is the spirit box. Have you ever seen a horror movie where a detective uses a walkie-talkie to talk to a ghost? The spirit box works pretty much the same way. It's a special radio that scans through broadcast frequencies at an incredibly fast speed. So fast that normal radio signals don't have time to come through completely. The theory is that spirits can use those rapidly passing sound fragments to piece together meaningful words and communicate with the people in the room. Simply put, the spirit box is a microphone for spirits. The second device is the REM Pod. We call it the spirit bear. It looks like a little teddy bear, but it's actually a highly sensitive electromagnetic field detector. It projects an invisible energy field around itself, and whenever anything gets close, it triggers a sound and flashing lights. Simply put, the spirit bear is a motion sensor doorbell for spirits. Get close, it goes off. The subject of this session is Yu Menglong, Meng Meng. The core question of today's episode is just one. What is his identity in the spirit world, and what is he doing there? Let's start with the first theme. Does he have a job on the other side? The first question Kandis asked was, "Do you work on the other side?" The spirit box responded strongly. Kandis confirmed, yes. A lot of people assume that when someone dies, it's over. The soul just floats around doing nothing. But across many different spiritual belief systems, there's a consistent idea. The soul doesn't disappear. It continues to exist on another level, and it continues to function. This response tells us that Yu Menglong's soul isn't still. He's still active. Kandis followed up. Is it like helping people? The spirit box responded strongly again. Kandis said, so strong. This confirmed the nature of his work, not just existing, but service-oriented, actively influencing other souls or people still living. The specifics become clearer as we go.
Before the third question, I need to explain a term, Gaia.
Gaia? I've heard of it, but what is it?
Have you ever thought about the idea that Earth might be a living, breathing entity, Steve? Just like you have a heartbeat and you breathe, some belief systems hold that the Earth has its own soul, and that soul is called Gaia. Right now, that soul is updating its operating system.
Like a phone updating its operating system
The Earth is evolving from its current state
into something higher.
something brighter.
That process is called ascension.
Wow, ascension, that's so cool.
It is. Some souls choose to come to Earth specifically to help Gaia complete that upgrade.
Kandis asked, is he busy helping Gaia ascend to higher levels? The spirit box responded strongly. Kandis said, it blows my mind. This response carries a different kind of weight. Helping one person is one scale of work. Helping the entire planet is another. If this is true, what he's taking on in the spirit world is much bigger than we imagined. The second theme. What exactly is his identity in the spirit world? Kandis asked, "Are you more like a guardian?" She said wow several times in a row, confirmed. A guardian is an active, defensive soul role, protecting specific people, locations, or energy fields from being invaded by negative forces. Not a bystander, someone with the ability to intervene. She then asked, "Or are you more like a messenger?" This time the spirit box had no response. Kandis moved on. A messenger is a passive role, just passing information along. This one was denied, which means he isn't just a relay. His role is more active, more powerful. Then came the question that shocked the entire session. Kandis asked, "Are you a master architect who designed the trap for the darkness?" The spirit box responded with the strongest signal of the entire session. Kandis was speechless. She kept saying wow over and over.
I know that phrase sounds abstract. Let me break it down. Imagine this. The world has forces of light and forces of darkness. The darkness isn't a movie monster.
The most basic approach is to stand at the door and block it when it shows up. But an architect doesn't work that way. An architect designs the trap before the darkness ever arrives. Like an engineer building a bridge, they don't wait for it to crack before fixing it. They calculate every structural point from the very beginning, so it simply never breaks.
A master architect who designed the trap for the darkness means exactly that. Designing energy structures in the spirit world so that when dark forces enter, they're contained. They can't get out. They can't spread. That's an active role, a high-level role, a role that requires the ability to design. That question triggered the most intense response in the entire session. Kandis herself was shaken.
In the spirit world, I design energy structures so that when dark forces enter, they're contained. They can't get out. Next, his cosmic origins. Before these questions, I need to explain two terms. The first is starseed. Imagine you're a seed. You didn't grow from the earth. You drifted here from somewhere very far away in the universe. You chose to be born into a human body, but the root of your soul is in another star system.
That's what a star seed is. They often feel different from other people from a young age. There's an unexplainable feeling of wanting to go home, but they can't say where home is. Spiritual belief holds that they came to Earth with a mission. Not a random incarnation, they came here with a purpose. The second is the Andromeda Galaxy. We live in a galaxy called the Milky Way, but the universe contains countless other galaxies.
And the Andromeda Galaxy is our nearest large neighbor, about 2.5 million light years away. Light itself would take 2.5 million years to get there.
In spiritual belief, some people hold that Andromeda is home to a highly evolved soul civilization that chooses to incarnate on Earth to help humanity awaken.
Kandis asked, "Is Alan a starseed?" She said directly, "Yes, he is a starseed. He's saying so himself." She then asked, "Are you a starseed from the Andromeda Galaxy?" The spirit box didn't respond strongly. Kandis said, "I'm going to take that as a no. He is a starseed, just not from Andromeda. So where is he from?" A phrase came up in the session, Dragons of Aris. There's no further information on this yet. It's one of the open cases this episode leaves behind. Finally, Kandis asked, "Did Alan choose other star golden children to help him?" The spirit box kept going and never stopped long enough for Kandis to formally complete the question. She said she believes the answer is yes, but the question was never fully answered. Golden children in spiritual circles refers to souls who have been chosen and carry a specific mission. If the answer is yes, it means Yu Menglong isn't working alone in the spirit world. He has a team. We don't have that answer yet.
You are small. So small that even you doubt yourself. But only you are exactly the one who can stand in this position. A mission is never determined by strength, but by whether you are willing to take that step forward.
The third theme, is his connection to the living world still there? Before this next question, I want you to look at a photo. November 30th, 2024. An airport. The flight from Qingdao to Shenzhen. Yu Menglong is wearing a matching gray-green oversized hoodie set. On the chest, in the same color as the fabric, is a single word. Vessel. This photo was taken by a fan at the airport. The letters are subtle, almost the same tone as the clothes. Not the kind of thing designed to be noticed, but it's there. Kandis asked, "Does that shirt have any special meaning?" The spirit box responded strongly. Kandis said, "That's actually freaking me out." But she didn't say what the meaning was. Vessel means container, carrier. In spiritual language, it refers to the body as a container for the soul, or a specific person as a vessel for a higher force, meaning something larger is operating through that person. He wore that word in November 2024. On September 10th, 2025, he passed away. No one can say with certainty what the connection is, but the spirit box confirmed, that shirt has meaning. Kandis asked, "Are there religious boundaries on the other side?" No response from the spirit box. Kandis said, "I'm taking that as a no. No religious divisions in the spirit world. Whatever you believed in your lifetime, at that level, everyone exists in the same space." This aligns with what many near-death experience accounts have described. Kandis asked, "Do you still like it when people light candles for you?" The spirit box responded. Kandis confirmed, yes. Lighting candles is a way many cultures express love and remembrance for someone who has passed. This response means a lot to the fans. He felt it, and he likes it. There were 3 more questions, but the responses weren't clear. Do you want food offerings? No clear response recorded. Do you like the dolls? The REM pod behaved abnormally, doing the opposite of what it normally does, and only stopped when Kandis touched it. The signal was too mixed to read as a yes or no. "Alan, can you fly?" The topic shifted immediately after the question. No response was recorded.
Today's episode gave us some answers. Menglong has a job in the spirit world. He helps people. He works to support Gaia's ascension. He is the architect designed the trap for the darkness. He is a star seed. Put all of that together, and what emerges isn't an ordinary soul. It's a soul with a rank, a mission, and a place in a structure much larger than we can fully see. I want to stop here and leave you with one question.
If he already knew he was a vessel.
If he was already wearing that word on his chest 10 months before he left.
I was built for this way. There's a word on my skin,
Era la Chen Pro. Ahora, sobre su origen estelar. Antes de hacer estas preguntas, primero debo explicar 2 términos.
No one stands at the gate, it was sealed into fate. I'm the vessel in the deep, in the deep, in the deep, where the shadows go to sleep, fall asleep, fall asleep. Every storm that tries to reach, tries to reach, tries to reach, breaks apart inside of me, inside me. They say I protect, I don't even react. Before darkness begins, I already set traps. I don't chase, I don't fight, I just move out of sight. In a world you can't see, I'm rewriting the lines. If the world starts to
Un maître architecte qui a conçu le piège pour les ténèbres signifie
when the tide starts to change, someone has to stay. I'm the vessel in the deep, in the deep, in the deep, where the shadows go to sleep, fall asleep, fall asleep.
The trap is woven,
Every storm that
the darkness
tries
will
to
enter.
reach, tries to reach, tries to reach, breaks out of me.
Thank you for being here, for listening, for caring about a story the world tried to silence. If this video touched something in your heart, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss what comes next. Drop a comment, let me know you're here, because every voice matters, and yours is one of them. I'm Angel. May the light be with you.
I just move.